Hi guys, Mrs. Townsley here. I've got your week 5 and I've got Tuesday in front of me. I got your week 5 Tuesday. All right, I hope you guys have a terrific Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get started. So if you have 7 hours to mow and 14 lawns, so you have 7 hours to mow 14 lawns, and they want to know your rate. Now your rate is just what it is. It's just what they're telling you. Okay, so it's 7 hours to 14 lawns, and you can write it with the colon, or you can write it with the fraction bar, or you can write it with the word 2. Okay, but either way, you want to make sure that the order of the numbers matter. Okay, so order matters. Order matters. It would not be 14 to 7. It would not be 14 over 7. Okay, it would not be 14 colon 7. It has to be 7 to 14. Okay, for ratios especially, order matters. And same with order of operation, order matters. Okay. All right, now the unit rate is what we need to think of when we think of 1. So unit means 1. So whatever it is, we need to get to 1 or something like that, as small as we can. Okay. So if you have 7 hours and 14 lawns, you want to use division because you want to get to 1. So you want to do 7, take your first number, divide it by 14. Okay? And I know this looks a little funny because this is a larger number than this. And so you're going to think to yourself, why and how can I take 14 into 7? Well, remember, you can always add a 0.0 to any of this or these numbers because this does not change anything. But it does give us an opportunity to solve for this problem. Okay, so 14 now goes into 70 how many times? Well, 2 would be 28, 3, that's not big enough. Let's try 5. Okay, 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 more is 7. Well, that ends up working out because 0, 0, and then we end up with 0.5. Okay, so we have 1 hour for 0.5 or half of a lawn. Okay, 1 hour will give us half of a lawn. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Take a look at this one. This one is your fraction that they want to see. They want to see the shaded to the whole, the shaded to the whole. So the fraction would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So it'd be 80 over 100, or you can look at the bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It could be 8 out of 10 if you're looking at the full bar, okay? Now the decimal is 8 tenths right here, or it could be 80 hundredths, which would be written like that. It doesn't matter. So this is saying 80 out of 100, or 80 hundredths, and this is saying 8 tenths or 8 tenths here. Okay, and the ratio is 8 over 10 or 80 over 100. And then your percent is always out of 100, so it would be 80%. Okay, good job. All right, the next one says 15 is what percent of 60? Okay. So let's start filling in where these need to go. So 15 is, that's your part, of 60 is your whole. So I have 15 of 60. I have 15 of 60. 15 is your part, 60 is your whole. The percent is what we don't know. The percent is what we don't know. Okay? And if you want to, you can start solving these. And to solve these, you want to see if there's anything that you can do to increase it to get to 100. Like 60 times, 1 would give me 60. That doesn't work. 60 times 2 is 120. So that doesn't work either. So you have to do this cross multiply and then divide process. So you want to cross multiply what numbers you can see. So 100 times 15, then divided by 60. So if you want, you can always get out your calculator. I don't mind. Let me get my phone out. So let's go ahead and do 100. And you want to multiply across diagonally. Okay, the number that you see. You couldn't go this way because there's no number there. Okay, so you want to do 100 times 15 divided by 60, and you get 25. So the percent is 25%. Okay, so cross multiply, divide, unless you see a factor that you can use to increase it easily to 100. Okay, all right, you guys are doing good. Keep it up. All right, the next one says on Monday, Mia spent 4.5 hours studying. Okay, so that's important. I'm going to underline that. On Tuesday, she spent another 2 4/5 hours, which is almost 3 hours, studying. What is the combined time? So that to me sounds like total, which mathematically could mean addition, she spent studying. So I'm going to go ahead and add these together. So I have 4.5 plus 2 4/5. Well, the problem is I can't add these because they don't have like denominators. Okay, so the parts that are broken up don't match up. So I can't add up a half and then 4/5 of something unless I have a common denominator. What would be a good common denominator to use? Well, 2 and 5, that would be probably 10. That would be easy. But I could use 20, but I don't want to. I'm going to use 10. Okay, so 2 times 5, and I find the 5 because I'm increasing it to 10. So 2 times 5 is 10, so 1 times 5 is 5. And think, isn't 5/10 the same as a half? These are just different in smaller parts. And this stays the same. Okay, I just moved that over. No, I don't. I lied. That needs to change. Sorry. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so I just increased this by multiplying 2. All right, now I can add them up. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 5 plus 8 is 13. And then my denominator is 10. And if you notice, this numerator is a lot bigger than the denominator, so I have a whole here. So I can take out a whole. So this now is not 6, it's 7. So I take out a whole. I take out 10 over 10 out of here. I take a 10 out of 10 over here because 10 over 10 equals 1. Okay, and then all I have left is 3/10. So your answer is 7 3/10. All right, last one. You guys are doing great. All right, complete the table and then graph the coordinates. So if y, whatever's on your y column, equals 2x, you want to go ahead and solve for it. Okay, so if x is 0, 2 times 0, then y would be 0. Okay, all right. Now they're saying if x is 1. Now, if x is 1, there's invisible math there. So 2 times 1 is 2, then y would be 2. All right, next one. If x now is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So then y would be 4. Okay? So what if we did another one? What if we did 4? So if I tell you x is 4, and instead of this x, you put in a 4. 4 times 2, and remember you multiply because there's invisible math there. 4 times 2 is 8, so then y would be 8. Or what if I gave you this number? What if I told you x was 8? If x is 8, then 8 times 2 is 16. Y would be 16. Or what if I told you x was 20? 20 times 2 is 40. Y would be 40. Okay? And then if you needed to graph it, just start with your x and your y. So you start at your origin, x and y, 0. That's easy. Your next one is 1. So x is 1. What's y? Y is 2. And you plot it. Look at your next one. Your x is 2. So go over 2 and then go up 4. And your next one is 4. So go over here, go 4 and then 8. Okay? And then you can go ahead and connect your line.